A marriage proposal is being delayed not by man, but by a woman's manipulation that must now be uncovered. Archangel Michael says, the truth has waited long enough in the shadows. A powerful presence has been pushing your promise further and further, but it was never about timing, it was about control. What you mistook as divine delay was actually interference by a woman who did not want this union to happen. She smiles in public and acts as though she supports you. Behind closed doors, her energy works in secret, bending conversations, altering decisions, planting doubt into the heart that once beat solely for you. She has succeeded in making him hesitant, withdrawn, and unsure without him even realizing why. The connection you feel has not died, it has been held hostage. This isn't about incompatibility or destiny taking a detour. It's about her inserting herself into a space that was never hers to begin with. This is someone you might even know. Her words have been sweet, her gestures supportive, but the moment you weren't looking, she began painting images of you that didn't exist. She whispered false warnings and twisted truths like threads of poison in the ears of someone already battling inner fear. She's closer than you think, possibly even called friend. She has inserted herself between what was meant to be divine timing and turned it into a battlefield of confusion and delay. He wanted to come to you months ago, but something unspoken kept him away. Archangel Michael says, this interference cannot remain hidden anymore. Her energy has been exposed in heaven's light, and now earth must see it too. There are consequences not only for the delay she's caused but for the destiny she tried to block. He's been losing sleep. The dreams he has now are no longer peaceful, they carry the weight of guilt, as though something important is slipping through his fingers. And deep down, he can feel your soul calling to him. He doesn't even know why he's second-guessing this, because everything in his spirit says you are right for him. But she has used words, rituals, manipulation, emotional, and even spiritual, to make him unsure. This is not coincidence, this is warfare. Comment below if you've ever felt like something sacred was being stopped by something unseen. The truth is, the enemy doesn't always appear with horns, but sometimes with a smile and familiar face. And you were right all along to trust your gut, because what you felt was real. You weren't just imagining the delay. You weren't being overdramatic. Someone truly did step in where they didn't belong, and the heavens are witnessing her fall. Type Amen to get blessing 333. He planned the proposal long ago. He had the ring, he had the words, he rehearsed the moments in his mind countless times. But every time he got close, something pulled him back, and that something had a name. She entered the space between you both subtly. At first, she pretended to encourage him to go ahead. But then she started with slight words of doubt. Are you sure she's the one, or maybe wait a little longer and see? He began trusting her judgment more than his intuition. She positioned herself as the voice of reason when in reality, she was the cause of distortion. She fed his insecurities and amplified them. Her interference was intentional. She wanted him to choose anything but you, not because you were wrong, but because your union would mean her influence ends. And for her, that was unacceptable. You may have noticed how conversations grew colder. His response is shorter. The warmth that once burned in every message started flickering like a candle struggling against the wind. She played a role in that. She was the wind trying to extinguish the flame before it could light your forever. And for a while, it almost worked. But spirit cannot be bound forever. Even chains of manipulation rust in the presence of truth. And now, the truth is clawing its way to the surface. Archangel Michael says, the delay is not divine, it is demonic in disguise. Her intention was to delay it so long that you'd walk away. So that he would hesitate until you gave up. But that won't happen now. Because the alarm has sounded in the unseen realm, and heaven is pushing truth into the daylight. What she tried to keep hidden will now expose her entirely. He has started noticing. The same words that once convinced him now sound manipulative. Her advice doesn't sit right anymore. He is beginning to realize that his delay wasn't wisdom, it was deception. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There were times you cried, asking what you did wrong. You wondered why everything was falling apart just when it was getting close. You felt like giving up. But every tear you shed was recorded. Every cry was heard. And the angels began investigating what was standing in your way. They found her. Her intentions. Her past patterns of interference with other unions. And now, Archangel Michael is stepping forward to fight on your behalf. Comment below if you felt blocked, paused, trapped in confusion about your relationship. That heaviness is not yours to carry anymore. The one responsible is being removed. He will begin to reach out again. Slowly at first, because shame and confusion still grip him. But you will see the shift, the return, the rebuilding. There is still time. The delay was painful, but it did not cancel the blessing. You were meant to be chosen. She will have to face what she did. And not just spiritually. Her role in the delay will be confronted, by him, by heaven, by consequence. You will feel the energy clear. That thick cloud of uncertainty you've been carrying, it will lift. The path forward is being cleared. Type Amen to get blessing 777. She used to laugh quietly when your name came up. She masked her jealousy well, disguising it in mock concern. But that veil is tearing now. Every hidden word she spoke in the dark is now echoing in the spirit realm. The walls of deception she built are collapsing. And he is waking up. He'll remember things she said that made no sense. How she subtly guided him away. How she never really celebrated you, only tolerated you. There's someone else too. Another man she secretly wanted to see him walk away so she could take advantage of his brokenness. But that plot is being reversed. What was meant to destroy you is now setting you up for victory. What delayed your blessing is now confirming your destiny. Her plot backfired. Archangel Michael says, her time of control is over. The one who stood between your hearts will now be removed like fog clearing after a storm. And your connection will breathe again. You'll feel sudden peace. You'll wake up one morning and the pain will be gone. That's not just healing, it's restoration. Comment if you're ready for this restoration. Comment if your heart has been exhausted waiting. The wait is ending now. Type Amen to get blessing 999. He won't be able to ignore the signs anymore. The whispers in his heart will turn into loud truths he can't run from. Her spell of confusion is breaking under divine light. Everything she tried to make him forget about you will come rushing back. Every smile, every moment, every word you shared will return to him like a flood. And this time, he won't brush them aside. She hoped to delay him so long that the bond between you would dissolve. But bonds formed in truth and love do not dissolve, they stretch, they wait, and then they roar back stronger. That's what's about to happen. Her influence is unraveling. Like a thread pulled from a fabric, everything she wove is falling apart. And he will feel shame when he realizes he let someone stand between what his soul always knew. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. This was spiritual interference. Not everyone would have understood what you were going through. That's why the delay felt so personal, so hard to explain. You weren't crazy for feeling like something was off. Because it was. She projected resistance into your story and made you question everything. But heaven has been watching. The angels were not silent. They were setting up the moment when this lie could no longer stand. She pretended to care. She even claimed to want the best for him. But inside, she could not handle seeing someone else have the love she was never meant to possess. Comment if you ever felt someone smiling in front of you but tearing you down behind your back. That's exactly what she did. And now, that energy is collapsing fast. His soul is calling to you again. A quiet ache will soon push him to speak, to fix, to return. And that ache won't go away until he obeys it. The ring that was once hidden will resurface. It's still there. He never let it go completely, because deep down, he always knew it belonged to you. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. She has done this before. She has interfered with others' happiness in the past. But this time, she picked the wrong battle. Because this time, heaven was watching more closely. You've been marked for divine restoration, and no human hand can cancel what's already written in light. He's remembering everything now. The way you made him feel peace in chaos. The way your presence felt like home. She cannot manipulate feelings. She can only manipulate moments. But moments fade, feelings return. And that's what she's losing control over now. You were never forgotten. You were blocked. And now that spiritual block is being shattered by the force of truth. The veil is lifting. The pain is unraveling. The return is coming. Comment below if you're ready for the door to open again, not with hesitation, but with full understanding of what tried to close it. Because now, it's swinging open wider than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. He will come back different. Humbled. Wiser. Regretful, but ready. He will tell you things you didn't know. About how confused he was. How he couldn't understand why his certainty disappeared. You will listen. Not because you're weak. But because you were always strong enough to wait for the truth. Her hands are being removed from his thoughts. Her voice is being silenced in his spirit. Her control is ending. There will be no more room for her lies to breathe. The air is changing. The light is swallowing the darkness. Archangel Michael says, restoration doesn't just heal, it reveals. And what's being revealed now is that you were never the problem. You were the answer all along. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. She may try one more time. One last push. One final manipulation. But it won't work. Because this time, he will feel it. He will see it for what it is. She's losing her grip. And when that final piece falls, you will see your love walk through the door with clarity in his eyes. The delay was painful, yes. But it preserved your integrity. It kept you from marrying someone who didn't yet see clearly. Now, he sees. Comment if you're ready to be seen fully. Loved deeply. Chosen rightly. Because your time is no longer approaching, it has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 5151. She thought she was powerful. But power borrowed from deception is always temporary. And her time is up. He will begin apologizing in ways you never expected. Not just for what he didn't do, but for what he allowed. For believing someone else over his heart. And you will feel peace. Not because it was easy, but because truth always brings peace after battle. Her name is being removed from his future. Your name is returning to his plans. And this time, he won't be quiet about it. He may even tell others what really happened. Because the weight of silence is finally too heavy to carry. You were meant to be the one. You are the one. And no delay can cancel that. Type Amen to get blessing 6161. He's dreaming about you again. But this time, they aren't just dreams, they're visions. Warnings. Confirmations. She may try to guilt him. Use her pain to make him feel responsible. But he'll see through it now. Because what's breaking inside him is the spell of manipulation. And what's rising in him is the courage to choose you. This courage is sacred. It was buried. But now it's rising, powerful, determined. He'll write to you again. Or call. Or show up. Because he has something to say that can no longer wait. Comment if you've waited long for someone's heart to finally return home. The silence is ending. Type Amen to get blessing 7171. You'll feel it when it's close. A shift in your chest. A calm that feels different than all the rest. It means it's near. It means heaven has completed the undoing of everything she wove. You don't have to fight for it anymore. You don't have to beg for clarity. It's already on the way. Your soul was patient. Your heart remained open. And now, the reward is arriving. This marriage will not be just a ceremony, it will be a triumph. A testimony. A spiritual victory. Archangel Michael says, the storm is over. The sunlight is returning. And the love you almost lost is now forever found. Type Amen to get blessing 8181. There will be a moment soon, so powerful and so quiet, where your heart will whisper, this is it. It will come in the silence after a long day, or during a dream that feels more real than waking. That moment is the signal, he's coming back to reclaim what was his all along, you. She can feel it slipping. The grip she had over his choices, his emotions, and his perception is weakening by the hour. The more he pulls away from her, the more frantic her energy becomes. She may pretend to support his return. But don't be fooled. Behind her words, there's panic. Because she never expected heaven to defend you so fiercely. You are no longer standing still in delay, you're standing at the edge of fulfillment. And heaven has decided that nothing will block this love any longer. The gate is opening. Type Amen to get blessing 9191. This love story is not ordinary. That's why the interference was so strong. The enemy only tries to delay what has power, what holds legacy, what carries light. You two were meant to shake foundations together. Your union is not just emotional, it is spiritual. Together, you were meant to build something that scares darkness. That's why she had to step in. Because once this connection reaches full alignment, nothing will stop what you're both meant to do. And she knew that. But she forgot one thing: God protects what He ordains. And what has been spoken over your life and love cannot be buried under jealousy and lies. He will soon step out of her shadow. He will look at you like it's the first time, only this time, with full clarity. And His eyes will no longer be confused. He will say things like, "I should have known," or "I was wrong," or "I listened to the wrong voice." And you will feel justice in your soul when you hear those words. Comment below if you're ready to hear the truth face to face. If your heart is open for the apology, the explanation, and the proposal that was always meant for you. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. You waited longer than most would have. That's because something inside you always knew this was spiritual. You couldn't walk away even when it would have been easier to. Because the love was real. The pull was divine. And the bond refused to break, even when everything in the natural said it was over. She underestimated you. She thought you would grow tired and forget. She never expected your spirit to hold the line. But now you will be honored. Not just by His return, but by the realization of how deep your love truly runs. You will be seen in full light. He's preparing now. You may not see it, but heaven is showing Him images of you. Memories. Moments. He's being reminded of what he almost let slip away. And he is weeping in private. Because now he understands how deep the loss would have been. And he doesn't want to lose you again. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. There will be a message. Or a voice note. Or a letter. Something from him that feels like closure, but really, it's a new beginning. He will pour his heart. Tell you about the battle he didn't know he was in. Explain how heavy her influence was and how grateful he is to be free from it now. You will feel the truth in his voice. Because there will be no performance. Only raw honesty. You'll feel it before it comes. A sudden peace in your stomach. A soft pull in your chest. And then the message will arrive. She will know he's reached out. And she will feel her control fall apart. But by then, it will be too late. Because he will be focused on you. Not her. Not doubt. Not fear. Just you. Comment if you're ready to receive not just an apology, but a reconnection. One born in truth, fire-tested and heaven-approved. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Archangel Michael says, this is not just a season of restoration, it is a season of crowning. You will wear the crown of someone who endured deception but never surrendered. And that crown will be seen by everyone, including her. The people who watched you suffer will now watch you rise. They will see who was right all along. And they will marvel at how love can still win. He won't just return, he'll fight for you this time. He'll protect the connection. He'll never again allow another voice to override what he knows inside. You will hear the words you prayed for. The proposal delayed by manipulation will now become the proposal delivered by destiny. And she will have no choice but to watch. Because the very hands that tried to sabotage you will be the ones clapping, forced by heaven's orchestration, to celebrate you. Type Amen to get blessing 4040. The timelines are aligning. Everything that once felt like misalignment is being corrected. He will say things like, "Now I see it so clearly." Because spiritual blindness is lifting. And the fog created by her influence is vanishing. Your story is sacred. And no interference can cancel what was written in divine ink before either of you ever met her. The angels have stepped in. Justice is being done. And you will now begin to feel everything shift in your favor. Her silence will be loud. Because once he leaves her sphere completely, she will have no more access to either of you. He will build again with you. Trust again. Dream again. And he'll say things like, "Let's not waste another moment." Comment below if your soul is ready to begin again, not from scratch, but from strength. Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Everything you lost will return multiplied. Not just love, but respect. Honor. Clarity. Dignity. You will not feel like you're settling. You'll feel like you're receiving. Because you waited with grace. The woman who delayed your marriage will be removed from your story. Not with drama, but with divine disconnection. She will walk a different path now. One that no longer leads to your door. One that does not include your light. You will have your time. Your moment. Your celebration. And heaven will sing louder than any choir, because your name was always written beside his. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. This union is sacred. That's why it was fought so hard. But you won. Every delay served one purpose, to expose her. And now that she's exposed, there's no turning back. He will love you differently this time. Deeper. Louder. Braver. You won't have to beg for attention. Or question his silence. Or guess where his heart is. Because this time, the choice will be clear. And the delay will no longer be a wound, it will be proof of your strength. Type Amen to get blessing 9090. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. He will arrive differently than you last saw him. The hesitation in his eyes will be gone, replaced by certainty. His presence will speak louder than any apology, and you will feel the change. There is a sacred strength in him now. The confusion that clouded his decisions has melted away. And what remains is a man who finally sees who you've been all along. The woman who delayed this was never stronger than your purpose. She only gained power in silence, in hidden places. But now she is powerless. You will no longer live under delay. You will walk in fulfillment. You will finally be loved in public the way you were always loved in spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The moment will be quiet. You may not even recognize it at first, it may look like a simple call or a message. But within that ordinary moment will be everything extraordinary. It will carry healing. Words he never said. Feelings he buried beneath confusion. He will speak your name like it matters again. Because to him, it always did. He just couldn't say it out loud while she was whispering in his ear. You will know it's real because peace will come with it. Peace that doesn't demand explanation. Peace that simply says, "This is yours now." She will try one last time to be remembered. She may post things online. She may message him. But he will not be moved anymore. He belongs to you now. His heart, his plans, his vision. And you belong to him, in clarity, in freedom, in light. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. Archangel Michael says, the final sword has fallen. The energy that kept this love stuck has been defeated. And now, you are both free to move forward. You will notice your thoughts becoming clearer. Your sleep more peaceful. Your emotions less heavy. That's not coincidence, that's divine release. Your home will feel different. Your spirit will no longer carry the weight of wondering what went wrong. Because nothing was wrong with you. He will confirm everything you suspected. He will validate the pain you carried. And he will thank you for not letting go when he was too blind to hold on. There is a celebration coming. Maybe not tomorrow, but soon. And it will mark the day when love overcame manipulation. You may have thought the story ended in silence. But the silence was just preparation for the loudest yes you've ever heard. Type Amen to get blessing 7272. She is being removed not by revenge, but by divine separation. Her role is complete. Her access revoked. You will feel heaven backing you now. Things will begin to align, not just in love, but in finances, health, favor, and vision. Because the delay didn't just affect your heart, it blocked your full flow. Now everything will move. He will come. The opportunities will rise. The love will flourish. And she will be nothing more than a name in the past. A warning. A lesson. A testimony. He may weep in your arms. Or stand speechless. Because when he sees you again, the full weight of what he almost lost will hit him. You are not hard to love. You were just hard to reach through the fog of deception. And now that fog has cleared. Type Amen to get blessing 5656. Your strength will shine. Not as bitterness. But as grace. You will be seen as royalty. Because only royalty waits with dignity for what belongs to them. His family will see it too. Friends who doubted you will begin to speak differently. Because they'll see a glow in your life that no one can fake. The delay was only a setup. A reset. A refinement. You will now live in the reward. Archangel Michael says, heaven has closed the door she kept open. And now, your door swings wide with blessing. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You've passed the test. You didn't lose your love, you preserved it. And now that it's free, it's coming back bigger, stronger, deeper than ever before. He will not propose with hesitation. He will propose with revelation. And it will not be just about love, it will be about purpose. Because your connection was always more than emotional. It was spiritual. And what is spiritual cannot be undone by man, or woman. She failed. Because light always exposes darkness. And now that she's exposed, her voice is silent. You win. Not by revenge. But by arrival. Your love arrives now. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Your path is clear. Your union is unstoppable. Your timing is perfect now. You will build together. Laugh again. Heal together. Plan without fear. No more pauses. No more shadows. No more silence. Only progress. Passion. And peace. He will walk with you proudly. No longer ashamed of his past decisions, but grateful that you are still open to his future. You are not just being chosen, you are being honored. And heaven is celebrating with you. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. This was not a delay, it was protection. You weren't being denied. You were being preserved from premature connection. Now the season is here. And the bond will be deeper because it was tested. The woman who stood in the way? She will watch, not in hate, but in distance. Because she cannot come near your blessing. You are rising. You are glowing. You are being restored. And this time, it's not a hope, it's a confirmation. He's coming. Type Amen to get blessing 232. Archangel Michael has fought beside you. Your name was lifted in prayer when you didn't even know. Angels stood at the gate of your destiny when others tried to block the door. Now the path is opened. Walk through. He is waiting on the other side. And the delay? It is finished. Type Amen to get blessing 33333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Folded hands.